Hey guys, today we'll be looking at the Hypercube controller from Tesseract. Clearly, they've got some geometry vibes going with their branding. As we open, we find they've included a nice thank you card, some additional switches and caps, and 2 meters of gold-braided USB-C cable. The box and packaging are nice, and the device slips right out. Visual first impressions are positive. If you've handled a decent amount of 3D prints, you get a feel for the differences in quality. This texture here feels to be of good quality, and the color scheme is also very clean. I don't often see gold 3D printing that looks especially good, but this definitely has a shine to it and reads as gold. A lot of these little Flatbox-esque controller shops offer a variety of color combinations to mix and match, but Tesseract is fully committed to the white and gold to perhaps visually set themselves apart from competition as a more elegant controller option. The Hypercube also makes use of hot swappable Kailh low-profile V2s, but again they've gone a bit against the grain, favoring blue switches over the standard red. That means that out of the box, this device will be a lot clickier than other comparable offerings. You can always switch to whatever you'd like, but here's a quick sound check with the default blues. Something I've noticed in some of these types of controllers are button caps which are overly rough and slightly too high for comfortable slide-ons for more complicated old-school motions. This isn't something I experienced here at all, and a user wouldn't have trouble with these sort of inputs. The other big deal beyond a typical Flatbox is the inclusion of 2 extra buttons. With SF6 lending itself well to additional buttons, this is a device which takes advantage of 2 macro-mappable buttons beyond the traditional leverless layouts. You can also just swap your PS4 L3 R3 options and still remain compliant with CPT rules. Inside, it is running on GP2040 CE firmware for ultra-low latency and multi-platform compatibility. The Hypercube is compatible with PC and Steam Deck, PS3, PS4, Nintendo Switch, Android, and Mister. And speaking of CPT rules, this device comes stock with the SOCD cleaning mode adhering to the official Capcom Pro Tour rules, but is able to be switched to a total of 3 modes: up priority, second input priority, and neutral. As far as the dimensions go, it's not too far out of line with the typical Flatbox style derivatives. On the back, there is no foam, nor any adhesive feet as you normally find on controllers like this. You can easily correct that yourself, but I think some etched foam could have really helped to push that sort of luxury Flatbox vibe they were going for. Similarly, there is no room for artwork, but that doesn't necessarily detract overall. A user just better appreciate those whites and golds. In my time with the device across different systems, it felt better than I expected. I'm not used to clicky switches, but the blue ones felt nice and I acclimated quickly to the increased volume. That might be something to keep in mind if you play in an environment where you need to keep things a bit quieter. At the end of the day, I think it's another welcome option to the world of peripherals. Here you can compare its footprint to similar devices. It has extra button functions and is priced at $129 USD, which puts it most in line with devices like the KeepFighter 03 and the Beastbox. I think it will probably most appeal to people who like that extra functionality in a portable leverless device. But what do you guys think? Thanks to Tesseract for sending me a review copy of their Hypercube, and thank you for watching. Support your locals, and I'll see you next time.